Hello everyone. So welcome back to the third lecture on special series tough questions. So in the past two videos we have done like almost 7-8 questions based on special series, and we have covered a lot of things in that. So if this is the first video that you are watching, then I would suggest you to go through the first two videos, and if you have, then let's not waste your time and let's start with the questions. So when you talk about special series, it's more or less about deduction of the series, the pattern which you need to understand. And once you understand the pattern, then based upon that, you need to solve the questions. All right. So let's see. Let's move on. The next question that we need to solve is find the sum, and the series is given something like this. All right. Now it may happen that you may have this thought that these questions are way too difficult and they may not come in the exam, so I shouldn't be solving these questions. Now understand, my motive here is not to only focus on questions which may or may not come in the exam. My actual purpose of making these videos is that you start thinking in the right direction when it comes to topics such as special series. Okay, because you need to actually think out of the box if you want to solve questions based on this chapter. Okay, questions may not be this difficult, but yes, the concept remains more or less the same. So that thought process, that thinking process has to be channelized, that energy has to be channelized in the right direction. That's the whole point. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video to ask this question. All right, let's see what we can do with this one. So this is 1 over root 3 plus 1, then 1 over root 3 plus root 5 plus root 7, and so on and so forth. So I have roots I actually can't do, and second thing is I have a positive sign. If you remember from the first video, we did some question like 1 divided by 1 into 2 plus 1 divided by 3 into 5 and so on and so forth, right? So we did something like that. So it's not exactly on the same lines. First of all, there is no multiplication in the denominator. It's an addition, and second thing is roots. So how do I solve roots? How do I take care of this part? So whenever you have root in the denominator, I told you that what you need to do is, this is something we discussed while we were doing exponents. The third video of exponents, that is rationalization. So you're gonna write your terms as and so on and so forth. So this will become root 3 minus 1 a plus b into a minus b, the basic algebraic property, that is a square minus b square. So that is 3 minus 1. This one here will become root 5 minus root 3 a plus b into a minus b, that's a square minus b square, which is 5 minus 3. Then it will be root 7 minus root 5, again 7 minus 5, and so on and so forth. I can go up to 121 minus 119 divided by 121 minus 119. Okay, now you'll observe that in each of the cases your denominator is 2. You can simply take half common, and this will be root 3 minus 1 plus root 5 minus root 3 plus root 7 minus root 5, and so on and so forth, root 121 minus root 119. So you can basically see where am I going, right? So the terms are going to get cancelled out, and it's going to simply be 1 by 2 under root of 121 minus 1. So that is 1 by 2. Under root of 121 is 11. So that is 11 minus 1, which is 10 by 2, which is equal to 5, and that's your answer. So again, our different type of question, our different approach, our different thought process. This is the only point that I have for these videos, okay, to give you an idea of what all can happen in a question. Okay, so you need to be aware of all the possibilities. That's the whole point. All right. So let's draw another one. So I'm going to give you the question first so that you can draw that. So it's 1 over 3, 3 plus 6, 3 plus 6 plus 9, and this basically goes up to 100 terms. Okay. So draw this question. In the meantime, I'm going to rub off whatever is additional on the board. Alright, let's try this one. Let's see what we can do with this one. So I have 1 over 3 plus, if I can take 3 common from there, this will become 3 into 1 plus 2. And if I can take 3 common again, so this will become 1 plus 2 plus 3, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 100, because the sum is up till 100 terms. I can write the first term as 3 into 1. Then I can take like 3 common, like from the denominator, and this will become 1 by 3, 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 100. Okay. So what can I do with this one now? I can't add them. This forms like arithmetic progression, or I basically have like consecutive terms. I have 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3, and up to 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 100, right? So what can I do? I can generalize all these terms as simply the sum of first n terms. Right, because first you have 1, then you have 1 plus 2, so it's like sum up to 2 terms. Then you have 1 plus 2 plus 3, so it's sum up to 3 terms. Then you have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so sum up to 4 terms. Then you have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's sum up to 5 terms. Then you have up till 100, so that is sum up to 100 terms. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm basically adding n equals to 1 to 100 n into n plus 1 by 2. So when you'll put n is equal to 1, you'll get 1 by 1. When you'll put n is equal to 2, you'll get 1 by 3, and so on and so forth. You'll get all these terms. So I have simply written that in a generalized way. This is like the generalized way. Let me write this up here. This is 1 by 3 sigma. Sigma stands for summation. N equals to 1 to 100. 1 divided by n into n plus 1 by 2. Or this will basically become sigma n equals to 1 to 100. 1 over 3 into n plus 1 divided by 2. Then what you can do is, let me remove this part. What you can do is you can like take this 2 by 3 out. This 2 is gonna go up. Alright. So you can take 2 by 3 out and you need to do the summation from n equals to 1 to n equals to 100 of the expression n into n plus 1. Now you can't do that. Like what I mean to say is if you start plugging in the values, it will become a very cumbersome equation. For example, let me show that to you so that you understand what I mean to say. See, this part here basically means what you want to do is you want to do 1 divided by 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4 and so on and so forth up to 1 over 100 into 101, and this entire will be multiplied by 2 by 3. Now I know what you're thinking. We did something like this, so I can write 1 by 1 into 2 is 1 minus 1 by 2, then 1 by 2 into 3 is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 and so on and so forth. But there's a shorter way of doing that. That is, you break this expression here itself and you will get 2 by 3 sigma n equals to 1 to 100 1 by n minus 1 over n plus 1. So as soon as you break this, you should realize that as and when I'm going to plug in the values, the terms are going to start cancelling out. For example, I'm getting 2 by 3 and then I'll be summing up like 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 and so on and so forth, 1 by 100 minus 1 by 101. Okay. So as soon as you write this, you'll understand by yourself everything is going to get cancelled apart from the first positive term and the last negative term. Alright, so in the end you'll be left with 2 by 3 into 1 minus 1 over 101. So that is 2 by 3 into 100 by 101. So that is 200 by 303 and that's your answer. So no doubt this one was a bit difficult, but as you can see that the process is exactly the same. The very first thing that I told you when we were doing the first video on this special series tough questions, I told you that it's only about like two things. First is the terms are going to get cancelled out no matter what happens. You have to find a way by which terms are going to get cancelled out, and it's about identifying the pattern. That's it. Identify the pattern, terms are going to get cancelled out. Otherwise you can't solve a question on special series. It's not possible. All right, so I'm going to give you one question to try at home whenever you get time. It's an interesting one. Let's see if you come up with some solution to that. Then whatever your answers or conclusions are, let me know in the comment box. So the question is, you need to find the sum of 1 plus 1 over 1 square plus 1 over 2 square then this is 1 over 1 plus 2 square plus 1 over 3 square plus under root of 1 over 1 over 3 square, 1 plus 1 over 3 square plus 1 over 4 square, and so on and so forth. You have under root of 1 plus 1 over 10 square plus 1 over 11 square. Okay, so try this question and let me know the answer in the comment box. So guys, that will be all as far as special series is concerned, the tough questions are concerned. If apart from this, if you have any other question in the mind, so let me know in the comment box. I'll try to make a video on that so that you understand the question. So thank you so much for watching the 3 videos. I hope this might have helped you. Probably it would have provided you a wider horizon as to how to solve the questions, right? So thank you so much, and guys, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you so much once again.